Now, the Israeli anti-judicial reform protests are a series of street protests which began in various cities in Israel in early 2023. Now, the protests are against the judicial reform proposed by the government of the recently re-elected Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Here's more on what's happening there.
Protesters in Israel continued to stage demonstrations on Thursday. The intent of the protests is to ring alarm over what they see as the country's descent toward autocracy. Israel's parliament on Thursday passed the first of several laws that make up its contentious judicial overhaul. The legal changes have split the nation between those who see the new policies as stripping Israel of its democratic ideals and those who think the country has been overrun by a liberal judiciary. The government's plan has plunged the nearly 75-year-old nation into one of its worst domestic crises. Protests were planned later in the day in a large ultra-Orthodox city near Tel Aviv. Ultra-Orthodox leaders see the demonstrations in their community as provocative. The Israel police made several arrests around the country. Protesters in Israel blocked a main highway in Tel Aviv and police used water cannon on demonstrators. The government's judicial overhaul. The police response came as a fourth midweek day of demonstrations began. Transportation workers also blocked tracks at Paris's Gare de Lyon station. About 30% of flights at Paris Orly airport were cancelled. The Netanyahu government is plowing forward on a key part of the overhaul, which would grant the government control over who becomes a judge. The government says it amended the original bill to make the law more inclusive, but opponents rejected the move. In addition to Thursday's demonstrations, tens of thousands of people have been showing up for weekly protests each Saturday night for more than 2 months. Agency Report, Republic TV.